All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're gonna review Smile 2, the new sequel horror film that just came out. Everyone's talking about it, so we're gonna review it. We're gonna get to our likes, our dislikes, our ratings at the end. But before we do that, Brian, you got to break down what this one is about.
Sure do. About to embark on a new world tour, global pop sensation Sky Riley begins to experience increasingly terrifying and inexplicable events. Overwhelmed by escalating horrors and pressures of fame, she must face her dark past to regain control of her life before it spirals out of control.
Mm.
That's a pretty good
Yeah,
synopsis. That's
Mhm.
kind of what happened
yeah,
until you get to Act 3.
yeah. If you follow us on Instagram, Brandman did an awesome out of theater reaction that I have on our Instagram. The best out of theater reaction for any movie ever. So go follow us on
Just
Instagram.
like
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome. It was so good. But I have Brandman start. What are some things you liked about this one, man? Oh man, just
All
that.
right, seriously though, um, you know, man, this one because I don't scare too easily. It's a point of personal pride, but this one kind of did it for me. I think, and I think there's so much more to horror than just kind of like jump scares and gore and stuff like that. I think it's the psychological aspect of slowly like going mad, and it's just you pretty much by your lonesome in this situation, and it really seems like there's no way out. And I really think they kind of captured that with the character of Sky Riley. I think Naomi Scott really conveyed that very, very well. It's just that feeling of progressive dread that something is like around the corner or behind you, and you just and you don't know for sure. You know, I think part of the horror experience is feeling uneasy from beginning to end, and this one really did that for me. Just the cerebral, the psychological aspect, they really nailed, as well as the creepy idea of this demon that could be anything and anyone, just grinning at you like a psychopath. Um, I think they really did good with that. I think that by the end of it, you kind of get that feeling of hopelessness, kind of through and through, which is what I kind of look for with horror. I don't really expect too many happy endings with horror or for everything to turn out all right in the end. Granted, it's fine when it does and when it feels earned. But yeah, like holy crap, this one really did it for me, especially during the month of October. Best time to put a movie
Yeah.
like this out. Yeah, they really nailed it all around. Just that the atmosphere, the psychological aspect, like I've mentioned over and over again. Just the overall vibe, I think, just really gave me that permanent sense of dread. And when a horror movie does that, it's done its job, and I think this one did.
Okay, cool. What are you, Brian?
I mean, Naomi Scott has to be number one, right? Because
Hmm.
she killed this ish, like really. And the movie itself was just very creepy. You know, the idea of her having the substance abuse problem and not no one will believe her because she has the drug problems, and then that's why she doesn't call the police, and it puts her in so many different bad situations because of what she's already had. She's already had a point where she killed her boyfriend or accidentally let him die. You know, had the drug issues, lost her best friend, has very became very isolated. So
Hmm.
when you're isolated and you have all this creepy stuff happening, there's no one for you to really turn to. And she turns to this one guy and he has a great idea, and stopping your heart. The story just made sense. And I loved the way they went about it. Um, all the accidents, the idea of how big of a pop star she is, and then the ending
Oh man.
was
Oh,
so graphic and so smart. And can you imagine someone like Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga or something like that doing something like that? How the world will turn on its head.
Mm-hmm.
This is a crazy movie, man. And
Yeah.
it might be better than the first one.
Yeah. I think it is better than the first one for me because that the way it ended was better.
Yep.
I don't want to give too many spoilers of the ending, but like what you said, like if it was a Lady Gaga or a Taylor Swift, like the world will go crazy. But also, it's like, what's gonna happen with the demon? You know what I mean? Like, how does that affect everything? You know,
Hey,
so it's
30,000
kind of
more people.
yeah, at least you know. So it is really interesting with that. But we have, like you said, for me, Naomi Scott was the best thing in this movie. She carried it 100%. Like she was so damn good in it.
Mhm.
And the
Her
way,
real screams,
yeah,
the terror that you saw in her eyes.
man, when she was in the car getting away from the hospital with her friend, and when she starts to realize things are happening, and she just scared. And I was like,
Mm,
oh man, she was amazing in this one. Like,
Mhm.
I want to see her in more scary stuff. She was
Yeah.
great as Jasmine. Don't get me wrong, I loved her in Aladdin.
Yep.
Like, but horror, like, holy crap, she was great in this one, and I want to see her in some more scary stuff, like for sure. Because she really knocked it out of the park with it. But like I said, the story was really good. It made sense. It didn't get too caught up in itself, where sometimes horror movies tend to do that, where the ending is like, wait, what? But you're this. It made sense enough where you followed it and it was scary and it looked crazy, and the whole time you're thinking what's real and what's not real. You
Yep.
know, so and if you're doing that as a viewer and you're scared for Sky, even when she was signing autographs with the little girl,
Oh
that,
my God.
that was crazy. That was scary.
Yep.
Because what was real? What was just a crazy fan, or what was the demon?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
and then she had that psycho dude, like that psycho
yeah,
obsessed man with the friggin' hives and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was all well done.
Mhm.
Any negatives?
Part of me did kind of assume when I first heard this movie was being announced that they were gonna move forward with the Joel character, the recipient of the curse,
Hmm.
by the end of that one. But also kind of hesitant to kind of go all the way with saying they should have, because the way that they went with the character of Sky and the conclusion of the movie, it does kind of give way to really raise the stakes for a potential Smile 3.
Hmm.
So those are my main two complaints, but at the same time, they're not quite complaints because I'm kind of hesitant to say that they are complaints.
What about you, Brian? Any negatives?
I thought it was a little bit too long.
Mhm.
Mm.
I think you could have probably cut 10 minutes out of it.
At least.
I think that was my biggest thing. I thought the third act was a little confusing, even though I totally got it, but I can see how someone could be confused by the third act. I totally understood exactly what they were doing, why the entity was saying the things that they said and how they set it up. Totally got it, but I feel like it could have been. It was a little bit convoluted, a little bit like could have kind of streamlined it a little bit better.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's it really, because it was a damn good movie. And I don't like scary movies.
Yeah.
But I saw the first Smile and I had to watch this Smile, and this was creepy as hell, and I barely went to sleep. So that's my other thing. Why the hell I could barely go to sleep? Thank you for making a creepy movie. I barely got some sleep last night, 2 nights ago. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was looking over my shoulder all the way home because I walked home
Oh, jeez. At night.
at night.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I know.
I woke up. Like I said, I woke up one time and my wife was looking at me and she was smiling, and I
Oh,
almost
jeez.
pushed the crap out of her out of
Mhm.
bed. She didn't
Like,
even know what
nope.
was going on.
I'm sleeping on the couch.
She had no idea what was happening. She was just smiling because she thought I was funny while I was sleeping. But I
Mhm.
woke up, opened my eyes, and I saw her smiling. I almost pushed the hell out of her.
You got like, nope, help, nope. I'm out. Grab the blanket. I'm sleeping on the couch. That's funny. That's what I'm saying, because I know you work with like the public. You have a lot of people. So like now you just like second guess everyone's smiling. You're like, what? Why are you smiling?
They
Mhm.
don't smile at me.
Yeah, no. Well, that's why if you ever get somebody smiling, you're like, what? But yeah, for the negatives for me was the runtime. I think it could be a little bit shorter, especially in the first hour. The first hour, there were some parts where it kind of dragged a little bit, and it felt like it just wasn't moving at a good pace. Um, that's kind of like my only thing. It didn't ruin the movie. It just felt like I'm like, all right, we can kind of go through some of the things a little bit quicker. But once that second half hits, you're fully invested. You're on the edge of your seat. But yeah, after the opening scene, which was just wild, it tends to get a little slow, a little bit, at moments. So yeah, that's my only complaint. It's just the runtime. It should be a under 2 hour movie, for sure.
Yeah.
So, but cool. With that all done, we're gonna give you guys our ratings for this one. Bring this up. Now later never. Brandman, what are you giving a smile to?
Definitely a now, especially during this time of year. Especially if you like kind of tense stuff, horror. Give this one a now for sure. It's very much everything that I wanted out of a horror movie. Like I said, in terms of like the buildup of dread, the fear that something's there, the fear of the unknown, the psychological aspect, the acting, the way that it was shot has some really, really
Yeah.
cool shots that contribute to that feeling that something is very, very wrong. Um, Everything you could ask for out of a horror film. Um, One of my pleasant surprises of this year. So I was really happy with it. I'll definitely give this a no.
Okay. What are you, Brian?
I don't like scary movies. And even I say during this time is a perfect now. This is exactly what you need during the Halloween season. They did a great job. I thought the budget was $28 million. And
Yeah.
I hope it gets like 4 times as much money, 5 times as much. It deserves it. They did a great job writing it, and the acting was spot on. Naomi Scott did a wonderful job. I enjoyed it, and I like looking at her. It was great
Yeah.
on so many different levels.
Yeah. Yeah. And she could sing, so being this musician in the movie and being an actual like good singer, didn't hurt. But for me, I'm giving it a now as well. It's just, like Brian said, perfect time, Halloween, go check it out. It's not too gory, so you don't have to worry about like getting like grossed out with the gore. There are some parts where are kind of like hard to look at, but for the most part, you can close your eye and be okay.
He said I.
Yeah, it's one. You gotta keep an eye out for it.
Because that one, this is where everything else goes. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely a now. It was a great sequel that was probably better than the first one. The first one was a pretty fun time. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Halloween, perfect time to go check out Smile. And then you want to freak people out, just start smiling on your way out. Just
Watch the movie, go to a haunted house, and the whole time you're in line, just be sitting there smiling. People like,
yeah,
Just that sinister,
yeah, that look. That's our thoughts for Smile 2. Leave a comment down below. That's what you guys think about this movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Some favorite parts you liked of it. And leave a comment. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Come and join us every Monday and Thursday when we are live. And we hang out with Chad a lot. And we talk nerdy stuff, movies, TV, comics, all that fun stuff. So we appreciate everyone coming in, checking out our movie review of Smile 2. We will see you guys in the next movie review. Later.
See you guys.